It's been a while since we last delved into some quality of life mods, so today we are back with 10 more mods to bring some quality of life improvements to Minecraft. Introducing our first mod for today is a mod that improves the output of one particular block type, Trapdoors. Increased Trapdoors recipe output adjusts the quantity of crafted trapdoors to be a bit balanced with doors. Every wood type will yield 6 trapdoors, and the metal ones create 3. A much better amount for crafting these blocks. Considering the recipes for doors were better balanced in the past, it's strange that trapdoors didn't receive a similar treatment. Thankfully, a mod like this brings a welcome change to fairer trapdoor crafting recipes. Tooltips are a useful method for quickly previewing statistics on items. However, these can be enhanced further with the power of mods, like the mod Tooltip Icons. Tooltip Icons provides text-based and visual tooltips across many of Minecraft's items. These make it easier to visualize the amount of protection an armor piece offers to displaying the total hunger and saturation a food item yields if consumed. Portable storage containers such as beehives feature a better visual tooltip to see what's inside the block, saving much time when sifting through them. Meanwhile, potions or items imbued with status effects features their respective icon in addition to the effect's information, highlighting both the total duration of an effect and the level of the effect that's present in the item. Its approach on integrating better tooltips certainly helps to communicate an item's attributes quickly to the player. Continuing on the theme of visual indicators, Immersive Overlays implements 2 new overlays that displays information on the player's HUD. The overlays will present clearer info about the player's current surroundings and only appear as a result from equipping the proper item. For instance, an overlay will show the current weather and the time of day if a clock is in the player's inventory, and with a compass, the player's coordinates are revealed. Immersive Overlays includes mod support for other mods, allowing for some modded gadgets to show an overlay from the mod, allowing for an even better experience when seeing information of the surrounding environment. The next mod will certainly benefit the players who like to douse themselves in a bit of fiery heat. Fire Overlay Controller brings a couple of settings to adjust the fire overlay, letting players control the fire overlay's opacity and its height. These 2 parameters provide a good option to adjust in the fire overlay to how a player sees fit, making them less obtrusive and more transparent, or apply the inverse. Either way, this mod serves as a good candidate for players to look into. This next mod, Shearable Vines, gives players the ability to, quite simply, stop vine growth with shears. Like shearing glowberry vines, this mod brings many benefits to shearing vines, most notably to keep them from getting all overgrown, especially when wanting to keep them still for builds, not to mention to save the player from walking into them constantly. Deepslate is a highly sought after block to build with, although its biggest annoyance is the inability to instamine it even with an enchanted netherite pickaxe. Many players probably share the same sentiment that this is tedious to collect. Luckily, the mod Deepslate Instamine lets players instantly mine deepslate under 2 conditions. The player uses an efficiency 5 netherite pickaxe whilst under the influence of haste 2. On its own, this already speeds up the collection of deepslate, but the mod extends this feature to netherite axes, letting them instantly harvest all log types. A great win to have if you like chopping wood. Renewable deepslate is also possible thanks to this mod. The changes this mod includes has made it that much easier to not only harvest but obtain deepslate quickly, plus logs too. The next quality of life mod serves to improve block placement. Reacharound is a mod that replicates Quark's Reacharound feature and brings it as a standalone mod, providing many improvements across vertical block placement and when building with slabs. Whether building is a focus or not, Reacharound is one of those mods that brings an improvement to many players' worlds. The blast furnace is one type of heating workstation for smelting blocks quicker, but despite the amount of other smeltable blocks in the game, the blast furnace feels a bit underutilized. Fortunately, Blasting Plus gives the blast furnace some additional uses, allowing it to smelt even more blocks. This primarily encompasses geological blocks like stone and nether bricks, to sandstone, clay, quartz, and more. Thanks to this mod, blast furnaces have become even more sought after for quickly smelting blocks. The creation of concrete is a rather repetitive process. Thankfully, the mod Simple Concrete simplifies this step greatly. Now, all it takes is a cauldron to be filled with water, and the player can interact with it, instantly solidifying any concrete in the player's hand. This method proves to be an effective time saver, especially when making large quantities of concrete. Plus, it leads towards following the vanilla cauldron mechanics as much as possible. Now is the opportunity to spend less time making concrete and more on bringing those builds to life. Finally, comes a mod for the players who frequently visit a certain world or server. Cherished Worlds provides players the means to pin or bookmark their worlds or servers. Pinning a world is exactly like one might expect, placed at the top of the world or server menu regardless of alphabetical order or last played world. Most importantly, however, a pinned world cannot be deleted, saving no doubt a great amount of worry and pain from accidentally deleting a world, which I'm sure has probably happened at least once or twice for many of you. To many, Cherished Worlds is the perfect utility to better manage their worlds and protect them from permanent deletion. Seems like this mod will be pinned to many players' mod lists, if it hasn't already. Do you still have that itch for some more quality of life mods? There's these two options here if you want to find some more quality of life mods to include in your modded world.